Hi, everybody. I'm John Kiriakou, Panquake's brand ambassador. I want to tell you that as part of our June public delivery meeting, we do this every month. We give you the latest developments in Panquake. I just got the latest update. And I have to say that there are so many new, exciting features to Panquake. I almost can't wait to talk about it. Everything from emojis to new colors and the structure of the dashboard. It's really incredible the progress that's been made. We're here with Suzie Dawson, the founder of Panquake. She's going to walk us through some of the specifics. But before we get to Suzie, I just have to say how excited I am about the development of Panquake, how quickly things are moving forward, and how much I think you're going to enjoy what Panquake has to offer. There's no other social media network out there like Panquake. This is really something special. Let's go over to Suzie Dawson.
Hi, John. Thank you so much for being here for that awesome intro. Everyone, welcome to the stream. Really happy to be here again with you. June has probably been the most prolific month we've ever had for the Panquake development team. I know that I've told you that in the last couple of months, and every month it's been true. The velocity of our build just increases exponentially, and the level of completion of the application does as well. We are now so close to the end of the application build that we can taste it. And we have been doing an enormous amount of work also simultaneously on operational planning. So I'm going to take you into my presentation for this month and show you what we have all been up to. So here we go. We are at the 1 year marker now since we first began coding Panquake. We are in the final phase of our fundraising campaign. We've achieved 27% of the amount that we will need in order to launch the product. So you can expect a huge marketing push from us in the coming months to polish that off. We are working towards delivery of our beta, our version 1.0 of the product. We are currently working really hard on refining our network protocol, which is a key component of our blockchain, and various service integrations, which I will talk through a bit more with you. In terms of marketing, you may have seen that Sean O'Brien and John Kiriakou have been out there doing interviews. We've got print press coming up. We've got some amazing new YouTube channels that we'll be appearing on as well. We are still accepting beta applications. If you would like to apply to be one of the first 5,000 users of panquake.com, you can do so at panquake.com/5000. We will keep that application process open right up until the release of the beta. So there is still time to apply if you haven't already. In terms of Talk Liberation, our privacy and technology focused blog, we haven't spent an enormous amount of time in the last couple of months on that because we've been so deeply into the build of Panquake. We really didn't want to lose any time on that. However, I can tell you that WL Dragnet Part 2, which is the second part of a huge investigation that we released back in October, November last year, is about 75% complete. And you can expect to see that in the near future. And it's pretty hard hitting, and I'm expecting it's going to make some waves. So very soon you can look out for that. Okay, in terms of development progress, we have had a huge month. We can now send quakes to the timeline. So we can now write messages on Panquake. We can attach files. We can schedule the quakes in advance for an advanced date and time. We can add emojis. We've got every emoji under the sun. Very soon we will have a GIF library in there as well. And we can hit that send button and we can see that message appear in real time on our timeline. We also have got our inline compose for replies. So once that quake hits the timeline, you can now click on the reply button, a blank message template drops down underneath and you can directly reply to that message and then it appears correctly in the thread. We also literally today have completed all of the profile editing functions. That means that you can now select a thumbnail to be your avatar on the application. You can customize your bio information. we have got a 1,000 character bio space, which is a dramatic improvement on certain other short messaging systems that shall remain nameless. So you get to tell your story in your bio, and people can swipe up or mouse wheel scroll to read through as much or as little of it as they like. You can add a public email contact if you want one, but of course you don't have to, it's totally optional. You can perform your self-verification process, or you can add in public website information as well if you want people to go out to other links that you have. So that's another huge piece of work that's been done, and that's the completion of another major panel on our drag and drop interface. You can also delete quakes now as well. So if you change your mind and want to get rid of something, you can do that. The search function in the search panel is now working. You can also clear your search terms as well in one click. The ability to accept terms of service on sign up in our sign up user flow is also working. And pretty spectacularly, we now have the ability to have the interface in 9 different languages, which is pretty impressive for the beta. So you can expect to be able to use Panquake in English and French and German, in Spanish and Portuguese and Russian, in Arabic and Mandarin Chinese, and in Hindi. So pretty impressive coverage for what is just the first iteration of this product. We also have really cool digital animations that are being created, super cute, fun little animations in the interface. And we also now have a bug reporting function that we've created, where if users find any bugs or, with whatever your browser version or operating system version is, you can actually report that to us and our development team can address that straight away, which is really a critical part of why we're doing a beta release. We want you guys to be able to be our users, our user testers, and to be able to communicate to us any changes that you think need to be made. Other major delivery achievements, and these are huge, enormous pieces of work that have been months and months and months coming, which we've made massive progress on. Our stat service integration is happening now. I'm going to let Sean talk more about the stat service because it was really his baby. But this is the service that allows us to tally and display follower counts, following counts, number of quakes that you've quaked counts, numbers of replies, of likes, of shares, of quakes that have been built into or included into Panquakes. So really integral part of the system, really major component, and that is right now being integrated into the application. Service planning. We have designed our back-end software, which our staff will use to administrate our system. Months of work has gone into that, maybe 4 months of work has gone into that. We're extremely happy with the quality and the level of that design. Our staff can now build that out, and we will have the systems that we need in place to deliver and support this application for our users. As part of that, we're also doing a live chat integration. We've already been working on the preliminary configuration for that, so that subscribed Panquake users will be able to chat live with Panquake customer support staff members. So no more getting obscure, nonsensical emails 5 days or 2 weeks after you file a report. You'll be able to have live feedback that makes sense from someone who really cares. In terms of operations, we've also scoped all of our hosting requirements and our legal requirements and compliance requirements for the first iteration for the beta application. And those scopes have now been issued and are ready for implementation and properly scheduled as well. Oh yes, and we're actually testing. This other amazing thing that has happened is that we already are doing our quality assurance testing. That means we are ourselves testing the application in multiple different environments, testing every single function and form. And where we find bugs, we're then logging tasks for those issues to be resolved. And we have already performed multiple bug fixes. So you can be sure that we're really doing our due diligence on this in every respect. Okay, every month we talk through our Talk Lib publication metrics. Having not published anything through this last couple of months that we've been just heads down on and tails up on the build, I'm amazed to see that we still somehow are gaining subscribers and that we haven't lost any. You guys are amazing to continue supporting us. What talkliberation.substack.com does is it gives you a way to make a monthly recurring donation, only $5 a month, to the Panquake build. So every dollar coming through Talk Liberation supports the Panquake project. So thank you to those who are continuing to sign up and continuing to support us through that channel, even though we haven't yet been publishing further content. That will change, however, as I mentioned, with the impending WL Dragnet Part 2. So what else is happening? Coming soon, very soon, you can expect this definitely in the next week. You will get to see more of the Panquake UI in action, and this will be released first on our Telegram channel. So if you want to see that, go to t.me/Panquake, follow our channel, and you will get to see a super cool video of the Panquake application being used in real time. Okay, so in terms of the campaign, the crowdfunder, we completed phase 1 in record time. We completed phase 2, which was a huge thing to pull off, but we did it. And that is what is funded, that is what has funded the build. So all this amazing development progress that is happening right now is because of your support through phase 2. Now we must finish phase 3 so that we can employ the team that will support this product. That means customer service reps. That means technical support 24/7 on the ground in Iceland. It means content moderators. It means account administrators. And together, just like we did with phase 1 and phase 2, together we're going to pull this off. The 500K that we need to raise is a tiny fraction of what other businesses spend when they're building comparable products. So Panquake staff have delivered record amounts of work for tiny amounts of money. And we now just need to all pull together, push through that final phase, and Panquake will be in your hands. Then it will be you sending quakes. It will be you stacking Panquakes. It will be you with your own user data stored on your device. It will be you enjoying the privacy and the respect for users that Panquake brings you every step of the way. So thank you so much for being here with us. I'm now going to pass over to Sean O'Brien, who's going to tell you a bit more about what has been going on from a dev perspective and around the stat service and other cool innovations. In the meantime, please reward the hard work of the team by getting to panquake.com/donate, contributing to the completion of the campaign so that we can get this to you faster. Thank you so much. Hi, Sean.
Awesome. Thank you, Suzie. And thank you, John, as well. I'm excited yet again for another amazing month. It's just been so much progress so quickly, and seeing the network alive, which you all will soon see yourselves. I think it's just been so much fun. But also the dev teams coming together in the way a dev team should, right? Doing bug fixes and, testing and doing real QA, even at this point in the build. And having that sort of continuous development process, constantly improving is really awesome. So it's amazing stuff. On the stat service, that's a piece we probably haven't talked very much about. So just to recap a little bit, because we've kind of hinted at it or talked about it in different ways. So the data you intend to be private stays on your machine, right, in Panquake, but on your machine, on the app that you're running on your device. The data that you intend to be public, that goes in the public blockchain, right? So those are your quakes, your panquakes, et cetera, et cetera. But this is a living, breathing social network, right? It's not just some dry spreadsheet or something. So there's interactions between users, and there's also, trends, and there's also, sort of high level metrics, so like how many users are in the network, what's the most, popular panquake, who are the leaders in the leaderboard for most quakes, that sort of thing. And that's what the stat service is sort of there to do. As folks who may have worked on, a blockchain-based network or even just a data-based application may know, it's helpful to have another service sort of reading information, tallying information, putting together those stats, those metrics for users, and in this case for the end user application. So that will make sure that, unlike in other social networks, you can verify that trends are correct, right? The trend numbers are the right trend numbers coming from this service, which is reading directly from the block, and that can obviously be verified back and forth. It'll also make sure that the follower numbers that you're getting when people see your profile on a machine, on the other side of the world, that they're seeing, the correct following numbers, and so on. So that seems like a small piece, but it's actually kind of a big deal. And doing that push and pull and sort of having that information flow through the network is a really central piece to making the application alive, right? So I'm very excited about that. And we're going to keep building on that. So yeah, another piece, not completely done, but getting very, very close. So I think you'll see pieces of that within the next week.
Thanks so much, Sean. I'm just absolutely thrilled about our progress. I really don't even know how to describe what a pleasure it is to see this all coming together. And I'm super excited about the next steps because, like I said, we're nearly at the end of the application build. And on the other side of this is the steps to delivery. It is the network operations. It is the system that underpins that application and makes it all work. And from there, we are literally in end game. We are in that final phase heading towards delivery. And so really now we just need to have our amazing community who has got us this far carry us through to that delivery. The moment that we can put this in your hands is going to be an enormous celebration for many, many people, not just in our team, but everybody who's ever been frustrated by the way that they've been treated by big tech, by corporations, by government interests, by security agencies, by all of the powerful people who've been meddling in our abilities to maintain relationships, to build new relationships, and to have really important conversations and to circulate really important information. That's what Panquake is really doing. It's putting the power back in your hands to manage your own relationships unimpeded and to circulate information without interference. So really help us, guys. You've got us this far. We've kept every promise to you. We really have kept all the promises we made in the forefront of our minds, and it is now manifested in the application. So we're going to be talking a lot more. We're going to be releasing a lot more. We're going to be showing you a lot more so that you can really see and get excited about how close we now are to being able to bring this to you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your amazing emails and messages. Thank you everyone who has helped to this point. And we will see you next month with another delivery update and a whole bunch more progress. See you.